I see you. Hi. This week, for our Super Science book series, we'll be reading The Three Questions based on a true story by Leo Tolstoy. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Nikolai, who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood, and they really wanted to help him. If only I could find the answer to my 3 questions, Nikolai continued, then I would always know what to do. What is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Nikolai's friends considered his first question. Then Sonia, the heron, spoke. To know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance, she said. Gogu, the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, You will know the best time to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin, the dog, who had been dozing off, rolled over. You can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch. And by the way, Gogu, a coconut is about to fall on your head. Nikolai thought for a moment. Then he asked his second question. Who is the most important one? Those who are close to heaven, said Sonia, circling up into the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, Gogu said, stroking his bruised noggin. Those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more, and then he asked his third question. What is the right thing to do? Fly, said Sonia. Have fun all the time, laughed Gogu. Fight, barked Pushkin right away. Then the boy thought for a long while. He loved his friends, and he knew they were trying their best to help him find the answer to his questions, but their answers just didn't quite seem right. Then an idea came to him. Aha! I'll go to Leo the turtle. He's lived a long time, and surely he will know the answer. He will have the answers I am looking for.
Action.
Nikolai hiked up into the mountains where the old turtle lived, alone. When Nikolai arrived, he found Leo digging his garden. The turtle was old, and digging was very hard for him. I have 3 questions, and I came to ask you for help. Nikolai asked, When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled, and then he went on with his digging. You must be tired. Let me help you. The turtle gave him the shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for the young boy to dig than it was for an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until the rows were finished. But just as he finished, the wind blew wildly and rain burst from the dark clouds. As they moved towards the cottage for shelter, Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a fallen tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg from a stick of bamboo. The storm raged on, banging on the windows and doors. The panda woke. Where am I? She said. And where is my child? The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roaring storm was deafening, pushing against the howling wind and drenching rain. He ran further and further into the forest. There he found the panda's child, cold and shivering on the ground. The little panda was wet and scared, but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry. Then he laid her in her mother's arms. Leo smiled when he saw what the boy had done. The next morning, the sun was warm, birds sang, and all was well in the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogu, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt great peace within him. He had a wonderful friend, and he saved the panda and her child. But he also felt disappointed. He had not found the answer to his 3 questions, so he asked Leo once more. The old turtle looked at the boy. "But your questions have been answered," he said. "They have?" asked the boy. "Yesterday. If you hadn't stayed to help me dig my garden, you wouldn't have heard the pandas cry for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden. And the most important one at that moment was me. And the most important thing to do was help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important thing was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby. And the most important thing to do was to take care of them and make them feel safe. Remember that there is only one important time, and that is now. The most important one is always the one that you are with, and the most important thing to do is good for the person who is standing by your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to the things that are most important in this world. And that is why we are here. I love this book so much because I think it talks about how important it is to not be afraid to ask your questions, but not also just any questions that are related to STEM, and that are thoughtful questions. Maybe your answer is not just thing that you're going to find through yourself or throughout your own journey, but also through the journey that is going on for other people, like how we have our own journey and we get stuck on the mindset of our journey. But then we can go onto the mindset of looking what's around us and seeking the answers from people that are around us, like how Nikolai's friends, they give their input on their questions, but the best answer was from Leo the turtle, from his experience and what he's experienced, and how he helps Nikolai find the answers, and how that can be for you, and how you need to keep asking questions, the whys and the whats. Why does this happen? And after you answer that, you won't be done. You'll have another question to answer. And that is how the world keeps us guessing, how STEM keeps us guessing and keeps us going and looking for more answers. And always find the answers to your questions, not just in your own journey, but for those around you.